Hi everybody. In this video, I will talk about how to add store reducer and action to an existing React native app of Redux. So firstly, you open the new file index.js for a new application. And in this application, we have the app is root component. So we have to modify the root component to contain the store provider. So firstly, I open the terminal and install some of the packages for Redux. Firstly, we install the package Redux. It is important because it contains all of the framework of Redux, and the second is React. So clear and now I list all the file here. So firstly, we have to create a directory for action, for reducer, for container, and you can create in Finder or here make directory action, and now the second is make directory reducer as in this flow. So we also have components and provider. A provider is the outer of the component and help you to connect between the component to the Redux. And list of the file here. For checking, that we have this photo, empty photo, which according to the flow. So we have action, you have container, reducer, etc. And in the index file, we have to import the function. The function create store will create a new store object, and it will be used in the overall application. We also have a provider. So I can create an object of store object here, and I need to initialize it with the reducer. So the reducer can be buy for multiple reducer here. So what about the application? And this will be created from the provider and store, and then it will combine it to create the new app component. So we have a provider with the property or prop is store. So the store is a property of provider. Then the provider will be the component, root component. So firstly, I have to create action. In action type, we have to define multiple action type inside one file for large project. But for small project, you can only add a string to this. So in this file, I define it as a constant, multiple constant. So firstly, we have the action add new task or add a new record to a to-do list. So we can use it as a string and define it in one file here. So you can use in all file in the application. So we have the action toggle one task to select the task and make it complete or incomplete status. So we have the index.js to define all of the function here. So we have multiple functions inside this index file. So this will combine action. Firstly, you import the action type from the action type here. So we have two action type: add new task and toggle one task. Each of the file has a function, an arrow function. We have arrow function with the input is input task name. You type task, the task name, and an action object has been created. So the action object here must have a property type. So this type is important. You have to add it, and some other to contain the information about the new object. So we have a new task ID, it's increment. So you edit the first 0 and it will be auto increase after you create a new task. And after you toggle a task, status will be toggle or change from complete to incomplete. And this function also is an arrow function with the input parameter is task ID. So we have the type is toggle new task or toggle one task, and the second property is task ID. And you also can add more property to here, but you have to contain the task, the type property. Okay. So inside this file you can add more function to here, and it is the end of my lesson today. In the next lesson I will show you more about the flow in Redux.